Dear friends, we will start our lecture number 3 of apiculture. Last time we have seen the different caste of bees, that is worker, drone and queen, and we have seen the identification marks also. The larger body or abdomen is a queen, the strong body and large eyes is drone, and medium eyed with 3 or 4 strips on the abdomen is worker bee. So this is the simple identification marks of the bees or 3 caste of the bees. Now to study the biology, further biology of the bees, we will see that the wings of queen bee appear shorter than the worker bee due to her proportionately longer abdomen. So abdomen is proportionately longer than the other 2 bees, drones and workers. And the thorax of queen and drone is thicker as compared to worker bees. So worker bees are delicate. This feature is important in devising queen excluder. In worker bees, there is well developed tongue for sucking nectar, because worker bees are the gatherer bees. They gather the pollens and nectar, therefore the tongue is well developed. Highly modified legs with pollen brushes, pollen baskets and wax glands, because worker bees are very important in collecting pollens by using pollen brush and pollen basket, and they are forming the combs by using the wax plates which are developed on the abdomen by wax glands, and therefore worker bees are very important. Queen and drone bees do not show such modifications of tongue, leg and lack of wax glands. So this is the only peculiarity of worker bee. The worker bee is the smallest member of the colony and makes up the largest number of the colony individuals. म्हणजे कॉलनीमध्ये सगळ्यात छोट्या आकाराची असते वर्कर मधमाशी, परंतु सगळ्यात जास्त मोठ्या संख्येने असते आणि सगळ्यात महत्त्वाचे काम ती करत असते ते म्हणजे पोलन गोळा करणे आणि मधमाशीचे पोळं तयार करणे. वॅक्स ग्लँडच्या सहाय्याने ज्या प्लेट तयार होतात जमिनीवर, ते एक एक प्लेट काढून काढून कॉम्ब तयार करणे, घरटं तयार करणे. द वर्कर बी फॉर 10 days ॲक्ट्स ॲज फॉस्टर मदर. पहिले 10 दिवस कामकरी माशी फॉस्टर मदर म्हणून काम करते. फिडिंग यंग म्हणजे लहान बाळांना खाऊ घालणे, त्यांचे संगोपन आयासारखं. फिडिंग यंगर ब्रदर्स अँड सिस्टर्स. फॉर 10 more days इट क्लीन्स द हाईव अँड बिल्ड्स कॉम्ब. नंतर 10 दिवसासाठी ती मधमाशीचे पोळं स्वच्छ करते आणि घरटं तयार करते, कॉम्ब तयार करते. ॲज द 4th week approaches, it leaves the hive to forage for pollen and nectar till old age. Morphologically, honeybee shows a typical insect structure. It is a black or brown colored insect. The body is differentiated into 3 parts, that is head, anterior part, thorax, middle part, and posterior abdomen. The entire body covered by dense felt of hairs, which gives them fluffy appearance, as most of the hairs are feather-like. The shaft of each hair possesses many short side branches. So this is the identification mark of all these 3 caste of bees, that is worker, drone and queen. So these are the 3 identification. And working, actually this is the information of worker bees, because she first work as a foster mother for 10 days and then provides the support to all the colony members. So whatever the characters we have seen, in theory that we will see here in picture or diagram. This is the external feature diagram of worker bee, because worker bee is very important factor. So this is the anterior head, this is the middle thorax where three pairs of legs are jointed, and this last one is the abdomen in which the reproductive organs and digestive organs are lodged. So head bears a pair of antenna. This is the antenna. Then this antenna, first pair of leg, this first pair of leg is working as antenna clear. So this is the antenna comb. This is the antenna comb on first pair of leg, and this is velum. So both are using in this way to clean the antenna, and therefore they are called as antenna cleaner. So they clean antenna time to time whenever the dust and particles are there. And these small are the hairs are the pollen brush. So they work as a brush or comb, we can say. We use the comb to clear our hairs like that. The bees are using this anterior pair of leg to clear their hairs on the body or to clean the antenna. Second is the thorax, where first pair of leg, second pair of leg and third pair of leg is there. Prothoracic leg, mesothoracic leg and metathoracic leg. So this metathoracic leg have a basket like structure called as pollen basket. In this basket, this worker bee collect pollen and brings to the comb. So it is called as pollen basket. And this is the auricle which closes this basket, and this basket have three parts, or we can say this leg have generally 5 parts. First part attached to the thorax is coxa, second moveable part, second part is femur, third part is trochanter, fourth part is tibia, fifth part is metatarsus, and up to from this to the end, these are the 5 tarsus, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 tarsus, or we can say tarsomeres, and at the end there is a pulvulus, or we can say cushion like structure is called as pulvulus, and these are the claws for clinging. These are the claws. So this is prothoracic leg, this is mesothoracic leg, and this is metathoracic leg. So in this way, this thorax have 3 pairs of legs and a pair of wings, fore and hind wings. These are hooked together, both are hooked together. This large one is abdomen. In abdomen there are these lateral openings are spiracles for respiration, and below these spiracles at the lower plate there are the openings of wax plates. These are the wax plates, and inside these plates wax glands are opening, and at the end of abdomen there is a sting. So bee bite by this sting. So bee did not have their sting in mouth, but sting is at the abdomen posterior end. From here the bee bites to the victim or enemy. And this one, that is pecten and auricle, these both collectively known as pollen basket. So this is the pollen basket. So we have seen the whole structure of honeybee, its morphology, especially worker bee, mouth, then antenna, eyes, everything we have seen. So this one is the lower mouth, the mouth part, where clypeus, labrum and all mouth parts. This is the siphoning mouth part or lapping type of mouth parts, by which we collect the pollens and nectars. Sucking and lapping, we can say. It sucks the nectar from the flowers because it is liquid. And this is ocelli on the head, frontal head. These are large compound eyes, antenna. This is about head, thorax and abdomen. So these are the all organelles. Again I will Externally, head. So we will study in detail about the head. Then eyes, antenna, mouth parts we can say, and salivary glands. These are the sub parts on the head. So external characteristics of honeybee shows that the honeybee morphologically shows a typical insect-like structure, that is head, thorax, abdomen, and honeybee is black or brown colored insect, and the body of bee is differentiated into three distinct regions: the head, the thorax, and the abdomen. All these three body regions are covered by dense felt of hairs, which gives them fluffy appearance, as most of the hairs are feather-like, and the shaft of each hair possesses many short side branches, and in this way the bristle or hair-like structure is there on the body of bees. So head. So head bears eyes, antenna, mouthparts, and salivary glands. We will see one by one. Head is roundly or roughly wide and triangular in shape, then broader on the upper side. It is flattened from front backward, somewhat concave on the posterior surface. The head is covered with feathers like hairs, which collect pollen or help to collect pollen, as do the hairs on legs. They also help to collect the pollens. Dorsolaterally, it bears a pair of large compound eyes, a group of three simple eye or ocelli in the middle of top, a pair of antennae in the middle, and mouth parts projecting from its ventral side. So this is the arrangement of the head. So mouth parts are located at the ventral side. Body of head is quite triangular and roughly oval. So it bears different appendages on head. First appendage, eyes. There are two types of eyes, that is ocelli and compound eye. And there are two compound eyes and three simple eyes or ocelli present on the head of bees. Each compound eye is lateral, convex, and hairy. It consisting of 3000 to 5000 juxtaposed units called as ommatidia. Juxtaposed units called as ommatidia. So these are the basic unit of vision in insects or present in eyes. The compound eye of bees does not perceive shape clearly, but identify colors very well. They differ in this respect from human eyes. Further, they are more receptive to ultraviolet light and less receptive to red. The bee effectively recognizes blue, yellow, white, and black colors. So the bees have a specific vision than that of the human eyes, but they perceive the colors very nicely than the image, and the human eye can identify only 20 to 30 images per second. We can distinguish 300 images per second. So you see that. So we have the image identification or distinguishing speed more than 10 times than human being, and therefore the compound eyes are effective and have a distant vision outside the hive, or we can say comb, and for orienting the bees flight in relation to sun. Therefore they are very sensitive to the light, and they detect everything by the relation of sun. The simple eyes lie at the top of the head. साध्या जे डोळे आहेत ते हेडच्या टॉपला असतात, म्हणजे जसं आपल्या डोक्यावर केस असते त्यांची जे साधे आईज आहेत त्यांना ऑस्ट्रेलिया म्हणतो म्हणतात ते 3 आहेत जवळपास. Near vision in hive and to stimulate the compound eyes. They enable the compound eyes to react in intensities of light lower than those to which they react after exclusion of the ocelli. म्हणजे लाईट इंटेन्सिटीवर त्यांचं विजन डिपेंड आहे आणि ते लांबचे विजन सुद्धा बघू शकतात. हे त्यांची एक विशेष शक्ती आहे आणि ते रिॲक्ट करू शकतात. कोणाबरोबर ते रिॲक्ट करू शकतात? त्या आपल्या ओमॅटिडियासोबत, परंतु नाही म्हणता येईल की ते याच्याबरोबर रिॲक्ट करू शकत नाहीत. किंबहुना ते एक्सक्लुजन ऑफ द ऑस्ट्रेलिया म्हणजे ऑस्ट्रेलिया त्यांच्या याचं विजनमध्ये विशेष रोल नाही किंबहुना रोलच नाही, पण कंपाऊंड आईजचा रोल महत्त्वाचा आहे. These are not form a clear image but register the intensity, wavelength and duration of action of light. ऑस्ट्रेलिया जरी काही व्यवस्थित बघू शकत नसले तरी ते प्रकाशाची तीव्रता ओळखतात, त्याचे प्रमाण ओळखतात, त्याचा अंदाज आणि वेळ काळ ओळखतात. At dusk, the ocelli estimate the degree of approaching darkness, and as a result, bees that are foraging far from their hive stop their outward and inward flights prior to those visiting flowers near the hive. They also stimulate for proper functioning of the nervous system. म्हणजे ते अंधारा मधमाशीचं जेव्हा फिरणं असतं मधमाशी मध परागकण गोळा करण्यासाठी, तेव्हा त्यांना अंधार होऊन ते मार्ग चुकू नये म्हणून ओसेला त्यांना मदत करतात किंवा तुम्ही लवकर पडता घराकडे, अंधार होण्याची वेळ झाली आहे. आणि ते लाईट डिटेक्ट करतात आणि लाईटची इंटेन्सिटी पण डिटेक्ट करतात आणि तसं स्टिम्युलेट करतात. म्हणून दुसरी गोष्ट ते प्रॉपर फंक्शनिंग जी आहे नर्वस सिस्टीमची ती सुद्धा रेग्युलेट करायला मदत करतात. ते हे झालं हेडवरच्या आईज बाबत. आता सेकंड पार्ट आहे अँटेनी. अँटेनी आर पेअर्ड शॉर्ट स्ट्रक्चर अँड हॅव मेनी जॉइंटेड अँटेनीज born on the middle of the face. फेसच्या अगदी मध्यभागी दोघं अँटेनी दिसतात. Each antennae consists of a long scape, a small pedicel and a flagellum. A small scape, this is a scape, then a small pedicel and a large flagellum. This is large. Which has 10 segments. Flagellumला 10 segment आहे बघा. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. हे असे 10 सेगमेंट आहेत जवळपास. फक्त फ्लॅजेलमला 10 आहेत, बाकी हे सिंगल आहेत. स्केप आणि पेडिसेल एक एक आहेत. which has 10 segments in female and 11 in male. इथे दिले बघा. ए हा मेलचे आहे आणि बी हा फिमेलचे आहे. तर फिमेलमध्ये बघा 11 लॉंगर सेगमेंट्स आहेत, इथे 10 शॉर्टर सेगमेंट्स आहेत. द अँटेनी आर toner and odor sensitive, acts as sound receptor and many serve as light speed regulator. They also perceive vibrations and movements of the air, sounds, temperature and humidity. So these antennae of the bees can detect temperature as well as speed as well as sound as well as air and humidity also. So the environmental changes are detected by these antennae. Therefore we can call these antennae as an organ of sense. They receive special kind of sense, either sense of sound, sense of touch, sense of smell. So they also work as a gustatory organ, tactile or gustatory. Tactile means sensory and gustatory means tongue. They can detect the taste also by using antennae in some instance. So this is about the antennae structure of the bees, honey bees. In this way, they can detect the environmental changes, the environmental status, the environmental sensors or sensitive receptors, and they can regulate the flight. Whatever the speed is there, they maintain it through the collecting sensation by antenna. So this is about our today's small speech. We will continue the next topic, or we have some time so that we can finish it here. The mouth parts. These are the mouth parts of the worker bee. The worker bee is very effective and efficient. So before reading this theory part, we will see the picture or diagram. So this is the frontal part and this is the posterior part. Here the body is there. In mouth parts, the anteriormost part is the honey spoon, by which the, or we can say labellum or honey spoon, by which the bee collect nectar, or we can say liquid food from the flowers. This is the long strand called as ligula or glossy. Then at the base there is a pair of two lateral labial palps, and at the base there is a pair of paraglossy attached at the either side of the glossy. Then these are the palpizer or palpifer lile. काय हरकत नाही, palpifer म्हणूया आपण. Palpizer is the word, but palpifer is another name. Then these after that there are a paired two lateral structures called as gallia and lacina. Lacina is not lacinia, correct. Lacinia and gallia are the parts of these maxillary pulp. This is the maxillary pulp. Then stipes and cardo. I think cardo is not cardo is here. The stipes and cardo are the basal parts of this maxillary organ, and this central posterior part is labrum, and central frontal triangular part is mentum. So the mentum has a same structure covered from the posterior backside is called as submentum. Mentum, submentum and labrum are serially arranged on the mouth, posterior side of the mouth. So this is the mouth part of worker bee. This is prementum large, then one small postmentum is also there in some insects, but here it is mandible. This is mandible attached side to lateral side, by which they can crush, they can collect food. Actually no crushing is necessary here, but therefore these are reduced. And some insects mandibles are well developed like cockroach for cutting the food. Here cutting is not necessary, therefore these are small and reduced. The mouth parts, as you have seen in this figure, are attached to the lower part of the head and of chewing and lapping type. So mouth parts are chewing and lapping type, not sucking. Last time by mistake I have explained that lapping, but these are lapping and chewing type, not sucking type. They, instead of sucking, they lap the food material, adapted for squeezing nectar and molding wax. These consist of labrum, epipharynx, mandibles, maxillae and labium. The labrum, we have seen, lies below the clypeus and above the epipharynx, which as an organ of taste. On either side of labrum are spoon-shaped mandibles, by which they can collect nectar, which mold the wax, manipulate the pollen and make the honeycomb. So these are useful in making honeycomb, then manipulating the pollens. In this way the mouth parts are working. The maxillae are without, these are the maxillae. The maxillae are without maxillary pulp and elongated blade-like galea. So this is blade-like galea at the anterior end. So this is about the mouth part of B. In labium, the glossy and paraglossy are there. In labrum, the glossy and paraglossy are there. So this is the glossy, this is the paraglossy are there. Okay, so we will see the next in next lecture in next time. So till now, see you and bye. Today's lecture is here finishing here.